headlines. Water level of rivers decreased, but people still facing flood disaster. Good afternoon and welcome to ISTV News. Now the news in detail. In-session rain that lashed the state during the last few days has caused flood at many places in valley districts of the state. Most of the rivers in the state bridge and overflow at various places. The incessant rain also severely affected in hills districts too, causing landslides in many places. Most rivers in Imphal, including Imphal River, Nambol River, Iril River and Tenta River, bridge at Uripok, Kurai, Irilbung area. However, today the water level has been slowly decreasing, but the flood-affected people are still facing lots of problems. On the other hand, last night at Kiamgai Makhalekai Oinamlokon area, about 50 feet tall river bank was breached, which resulted to flood of the nearby houses, massive damage to property, several cattle and crops. The water drained out in full speed from the overflowing river, which will have to affect the adjoining places like Urup, Arapti, Kiamgai, Awanglekai, etc. Talking to the ISTV News, a victim of the flood expressed resentment over negligence of the ISTV official that information has been given to them about breaching of river bank, but no one came and took neither stock of the situation nor taken up any preventive measures. Even though after the river bank has been breached too, no official or local MLA paid visit, which is highly condemnable.
Asong bisaita agi bomin na ba chinna ong thoga pe ate aduga maung yum nipan tauraga petkibagi manungda mugilagi olupu amaka ising ya degi lokuna tana kari kumba ma po ugam amate godama koina the police tawga ngamde adugo government gi side gi kari tawga jabagi haibadu government gi side gi tawhaningi local MLA के साइड की और नत्रगा खुंगन सिदा लैरिबा केंद्र सिदा लैरिबा रांची वाला सिंदगी अंगम मतेंग तौहलगा मकोय बो अमुक अन्ना लाइरबा इमु सिंगसी अमुक अन्ना खुंदा लेता हननाबा प्रेस मीडिया की माइगै दाइना तौ अदुगा मारक सिदा ngara इदिन बुंगी वसी लागामी डैमेज तौरिबा जुम सिंग हमदी करी करी मा स्वाइपेट यंगामी अदुबो स्टिल नाउ माना लागम बदुगी चप्ताबा response ID koi da kana ga do ko tu di haju pho hungry hai na log tare.
On the other hand, due to overflowed water from Kongba River, many places of Imphal East were inundated. Porampat Police Station, Jennings Hospital, Modern College, Imphal East DC office were flooded. As BA semester examinations are going on and in district administration, it has caused a lot of inconveniences. The Imphal River, which passes through Sengmaizin, has been overflowed and the nearby houses were inundated. A team led by Secretary of Mayang Imphal Club Coordination Committee, Kelindro, distributed relief materials today. The ancient mango tree, which grows at Kwaketel Hainau Kongnembi, which is believed to be growing since ancient times, has been rooted out and fell down last evening around 7. It is believed that the tree has been growing before the time of Awalan, Burmese War, when the news of felling down of tree disseminated. Many people from various places came to see and prayed for it. According to belief as per Meitei customs, even if a branch of the said tree is broken, it is predicted of certain distortion in the state and affected the functionaries of the state. An elderly person of the locality said, without any heavy wind and storm, suddenly falling off the tree on its own causes panic that what may happen and fear of any big chaotic problem.
Isani chom mathakta leigrabo ungene na ngakta hayaba akoina sum thanamaga ngang singgi makhada tawda aina sum changaga mi ma kal la aina dum tawjaraga ise law na tawraga dona tawrukpane aba ꯑꯗꯩ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯁꯦ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏ ꯑꯇꯣꯟꯕꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯂꯩꯕꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯁꯤ ꯁꯣꯡꯅ ꯀꯪꯉꯛꯄꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯥꯏꯁꯪ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯤꯌꯣꯗꯅ ꯄꯤꯈꯤꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯈꯟꯖꯕꯅ ꯃꯥꯁꯤ ꯇꯦꯛꯇꯤ ꯇꯦꯛꯑꯅꯤ ꯈꯥꯝꯃꯦ ꯇꯦꯛꯑꯅꯤ ꯇꯦꯛꯑꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯂꯥꯏꯁꯪꯁꯦ ꯁꯥꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ ꯐꯠꯇꯦꯗꯅ ꯃꯊꯟꯗꯅ ꯃꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯃꯥꯏꯕꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯁꯥꯔꯒ ꯏꯃꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯋꯥ ꯑꯅꯥ ꯇꯥꯔꯅꯦꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯣꯡꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯁꯪꯁꯦ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯇ ꯁꯥꯔꯤꯅꯦꯕ.
The public curfew call for condemning the Nungai firing incident where 2 persons allegedly fired on a Maira set has paralyzed normal life in the state. All shops including Khwaramban remain closed. In Thawbal district too, the curfew has been greatly affected. Thawbal market remained closed. Vehicle movements were found minimal. Many people came out at Thawbal Bazaar, Mela Ground and Khangabok and blocked the roads. Police personnel were deployed at all strategic points to prevent from any untoward incident. A book of poems written by Okram Laisemba entitled Nakentha and Yeningtha was released at Manipur Sahitya Parishad Assam headquarters at 11 a.m. yesterday. President of the Parishad Tingom Benuba, social activist Saikhom Kamlakanta and Sanamacha were present as main guests in the releasing function. The Manipur Sahitya Samiti Award 2015, which has been given every 2 years as an encouragement to those persons who has contributed in the field of literature by Manipur Sahitya Samiti Thawbal, was distributed at MMRC Unity Park in Khangambok in Thawbal district yesterday. Parliamentary Secretary of MI and IPR Kaisam Meghachandra, President of Manipur Sahitya Samiti Thawbal Thaunauzam Khomdon, Commissioner of Art and Culture and Revenue Kangzam Radhakumar, Chairperson of Thawbal Municipal Council Thongam Shamo were present as main guests. Awards were distributed for different fields. Parliamentary Secretary K. Meghachandra said the writers of the state should be encouraged by the people of the state. Literatures played a vital role in ushering peace and harmony, he added.
Tambada Sina City, Lady Malim, Lady Leva, State Lady Mipu Kurimakta, Gan Lokshin Tuna, Bibi Dunangasi, Koipuna, the kind of a pity.
Education Chairperson of ADC Tamenglong Ramning Pame has inspected various developmental works from Lower Katang to Middle Katang under Tame subdivision. He not only inspected the midday meal programs and school buildings there, but also distributed blackboards and sports items for the school at Lower Katang. The inspection visit of the Education Chairperson was accompanied by additional Inspector of ADC Tamenglong, Gulibao and Captain Manish Kumar of 14th Sikh Regiment. Villagers accorded a warm welcome at his arrival at Middle Katang. Ramning Pame assured the villagers that a government school will be set up at the village by the next year and the road to Upper Katang will also be constructed by next working season. Children at the village have either been helping their parents or playing during the rest of the time due to the lack of a school. There are a few children who go through the woods and cross the river to attend school at Lower Katang, which is 2 kilometers away from Middle Katang. Those who cannot afford to study in private schools have been remaining idle. Talking to the ISTV News, one of the elderly persons of the village said the parents of the village are going through an immense pressure as there is no school for their children. The children have been studying in private tuitions taught by teachers hired by the villagers. The only benefit the villagers are receiving is the labor charges for works related to power supply and MZNARGA from the government.
Isati Council Etaba, Angambo, Namdanga, Tisan Tigahana, Yamla Yamata, Tisapotona, Ni Amabo Tamlaga, Namdanga Makoi Botisan, Dona, Koi Kunse, School Letabana, Yam, more than Mama Paso, Wadana Levini.
The speech test for LDC has been postponed tomorrow at the same timing, informed Deputy Secretary Administration in a press release today. The candidates are informed to report by 10:45 a.m. without fail tomorrow. The headlines: water level of rivers decreased, but people still facing flood disaster. That's all for now, and keep watching ISTV News Update.